Hello, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. I junk journal and slow stitch, and today I'm junk journaling. I finally printed some bits out for Junk Journal July. I use this recycled paper, so everything's a bit duller. I should get some photo paper as well to make things bright, but I generally like a bit of a muted palette, which this is the brightest thing, this actual box, and this that I think I've worked with in a long time. But I'm not bothered about that because the things inside, and I can even distress it and do things to it as we go on, which I might very well do. So for Junk Journal July, the way I'm approaching it this year, instead of I keep saying Junk Journal July, Junk Journal January, the way I'm approaching it this year, instead of the way I do Junk Journal July, which is sequentially, I will do it day by day and create a book that has all of the days of the month in with, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. I'm not going to do it like this in January, and there's a few reasons, and I think I've talked about it in other videos, but basically it's winter and I approach life in a completely different way in winter than I do in summer because I'm an animal. You know what I mean? We are creatures of the planet, so the seasons do affect us, and I don't want to pretend it doesn't and try and force myself to do things when they're just not naturally. So what I mean by that is, in the summer there's lots of light. I want to get into my craft room and spend a lot of time in here, and will probably come in early in the morning or late in the evening and spend some time in here, just potter about. Whereas in the winter, this is a cold room, so I do enjoy being in here. I don't like the lack of light. It has a window. I just don't like it generally that it's dark outside. I struggle with winter, which makes me slightly less creative, and certainly at the speed that Junk Journal July requires. So, to mitigate all of that, what I've decided to do is every so often, every few days in January, I'm going to take a chunk, and I have been doing it sequentially, and I might do that or I might miss some things out. I'm going to let this inspire me as I make this journal that I decided to make for January, which is made from a paper quality street tub, which if you're in the UK or perhaps other countries that have quality street, it's Nestle now. It used to be, was it Roundtrees? I've got a really old tin somewhere. I think it's downstairs, but yeah, I think it was Roundtrees, which is like a Yorkshire chocolate company in the UK before it got bought out. But anyway, it's a really nostalgic thing in the UK. At Christmas you have Quality Street or Roses, and they used to be in tins, and grannies and mums would make sewing boxes out of the tins after Christmas. So we're going to make a sewing box themed loosely junk journal with our paper tub. So I've cut it down. I explained that in the last junk journal video that I made for Junk Journal January. So what are we up to today? We did envelopes, tickets, and actually made the cover by putting it together and explaining that the last time. So now I want to do a few of them. I want to do outline, depth and embossed. Now I'm going to do tuck spot as well in this because I want to make 2 tuck spots and a pocket. So it's quite a lot all in one go, but they're really easy things to do. And this isn't like, I wish I should bring one of my Junk Journal July books up that are like heavily painted. It's very mixed media. I'm not really up for that. I'm just sort of playing. That's what I want this to be about. It's just playing and not taking things too seriously. Having said that, I have got my little mini gold that I'm already dripping on everything. That's greeny golds. And I've had Posca pens out to outline, and so this is the beginning of the outline. This button, this is a Graphics Fairy button that I've just printed off and stuck it onto a back of cereal packet, and that's going to be a tuck spot here. This I really like. This is from it's a Costa coffee kind of cup, and I got these I got a massive pile of them free for another project for a job that I used to do that was quite creative. And I didn't need the covers, but instead of throwing the covers away, I was like, oh, I can junk journal with them. So this is my embossed item. I do have embossing machines, just can't be bothered to get it out. This was at hand, so. And I like the word enjoy. Not too keen on the orange, so we're going to make it gold. I have things to tuck into this that are drying. So I think I told you I've got some books that I found out in the wild, and this is a 1970s embroidery book, and I kind of cut the elements out to look like they are Polaroid pictures. I've done this quickly. I wouldn't normally do it like this. I'd actually use my quick glue so that it didn't rumple up, but I had the glue out, and I just thought, well, I'm going to do that. And there's a radiator, little oil filled radiator behind me, so I've done that way. And I figure once I get it into the book and it's all folded up, it won't matter. It's real slapdash creativity. But you know what, it's kind of like endorphin creativity. I find things like this, and you're just playing. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm not trying to do my best. I'm just having a go, having a play. So what are we going to do first, Lindsay? I think we'll do the easiest one first. Low hanging fruit and all of that. I did get some glue. What did I do with that glue? See, this is what I do. Here we are, new glue, already tipped over. So I'm going to make a tuck spot on the inside of this. Now it already has quite a few tuck spots already, but I'm just going to do one here that's like a bigger tuck spot. And so I'm just going to go in with my glue. So this is just colourful, which is European version of Fabri-Tac, and it's actually cheaper. And I get that in a massive bottle for, I think it's about £14–15 for a 1 litre bottle, and I decant it into those smaller little bottles that do last forever if you look after them. So this is a Graphics Fairy button image that I shrunk to the size I wanted it. I could have had like a really big one, and I've stuck it on the cereal packet. I've gone around the outside with a paint marker, a gold paint marker, to do that outline and just to sort of finish it off. I'm kind of falling out with the vintage photo Tim Holtz make everything look really grungy, because like I think the more I got involved with like looking for old stuff, the more I realised that's not really how old stuff is. Some old stuff is, but it's not in that way. It's not that manufactured way. It's a bit like furniture, when you buy furniture that's been painted and like somebody's over distressed it, and you're like, oh okay, it's not quite as satisfying as I thought it would be. So I don't do that anymore. And I think, like lots of things, lots of creative things, you practice changes over years, isn't it? And it has been years now. Let's put my glue pot lid on. This is just PVA white glue. I might actually put my glue pot on here. Desk is full of rubbish. One thing I am going to do, try to get to, is having a tidy. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure I'm on, because I think that'll be alright. What if I do that? And that's the thing about being creative as well, and doing this sort of very ad hoc. It's going to be a bit like that. So we have the first page that I did, which was a combination of envelopes, tickets, and the cover was the cover. So now what I'm thinking is, actually I am thinking about staying in the front of the book, just because it pleases me to come across something at the front when I first open it, is just to make a really simple tuck spot here and paint it. And I want to paint that now so it can be drying. I don't even want to get my heat gun out. Don't really want to do much cutting either. So I hope everybody's alright. I hope you've had like a good week, and if you work, you've had a good working week. I've had an alright working week. It's been okay. It really has. Now I want the paintbrush. I could use this glue brush. Yeah, I can use this. I'm going to dig into this green because I'm feeling this is what I want. I've had an alright working week. I might put some of the gold in as well. I'm just going to make a colour. Miles got me another set of these. They're just like little watercolours, and all the ones they got, these have got like greeny golds, and then the other one's like more just golds. But it's quite nice to just have a bit of metallic. Oh, I like that, you see, and I'm going to keep the orange. Keep the orange. I have a picture frame behind me that's like an empty picture frame. I've got one in front of me actually that's like a proper antique, I reckon, the one in front of me. But the one I have behind me, I sort of use it as it's got string, I put like strings on it, so I hang things off that sort of inspire me. And underneath it's painted red, and then on the top it's got gold, and it really sort of enhances the gold. And then I sort of heard that is a technique that they use when gilding things. I mean, the picture frame isn't really old, I would say it's probably from the 90s. The one in front of me I think is probably from the 1890s. It's very old. I've got that in a charity shop. I need to do something with it. I mean, it's quite nice just hung as it is, but look at that. That's much better. It's not that. Not that the orange wasn't unpleasant, and I'm keeping some of it, but okay. So yeah, so I had an alright working week. My diaries are in order. Technically I have 3 diaries, but I really can't be doing with 3 diaries. So I have 2 diaries that I use for work. And I'm going to use these crunchy scissors. I have them mostly in order at the end of the week. I feel like I've achieved something if my diaries are synchronised by the end of the week, and they were synchronised by the end of this week. I still had things I needed to do, but I had a meeting, and then I had a quick phone call with somebody, and then I was like, I've got 20 minutes, I could just sync my diaries. That way, just so my boss doesn't double book me, because sometimes that happens if I don't sync my diary, which is my fault because I'm not organised and I am a bit scatty. So like having to do 2 diaries kind of makes my brain fizz a bit. But today I managed to sync it, which is really good. So this is, it's not a napkin, it's a tissue actually. Let me show you the packet. Have I still got the packet out? No, have I moved that already? Oh, here it is. So, they're just so handy tissues, and you know, they were bought for me years ago as part of like a little Christmas bundle of bits and pieces. And I thought, oh, I'm going to use that. I might even end up using this as a tuck type thing. So yeah, that's quite good. So I've just PVA'd it onto some of this paper that's sort of got painting on it. It's just sort of, oh, it's not particularly, it's got blood. That won't matter because of where I'm going to stick it. So for the prompt depth, this isn't a very deep book. It's like, in no sense of the word is this a very deep book. But I used to make, I've done it in other journals, I've made these pockets that you kind of unfurl them, and so they've got some depth to them. And I'm just going to do one now, and I'm just thinking, how am I going to do it? it's in a slightly different way from I've done it before, because I've done it before and it's been very straight and foldy, whereas I think I want this to be a bit more, I want it to be a bit circular, circly, yeah, I can't even talk. It's that perimenopausal thing where you just can't, I call it a can't word. So I'm just making a circle shape. I think I've just put my finger through it. I'm sure it'll be alright. And then I'm going to just sort of fold it in. I wonder if this circle shape might be a bit small. No, I think it'll be fine. So it just gets folded in like that. And then I think I want it to be folded in like that. Let's use that to press it down. So there's no thought about it. And then I want to get something and stick it on the top, and then you use that because it'll be glued down to the journal to open it up. And then we'll put something inside at some point. But I just thought that that had depth. So what can we stick on the outside? I did some printing. I went to the graphics fairy. I don't know if I'll have anything that's... I could stick one of those, like a label on the front. Yeah, that's a possibility. Where's the other printing? Did I do... Oh yeah, that's... So I've got a thimble. I could cut that out. Cut that out because I can always print the little baby boy out somewhere else. Okay, I'm going to do that. It'll need to go on a bit of card, but I'll use my glue that dries quickly for that. There we go. I've got like 5 million jumpers on as well because it's freezing. It's cold in this room. The rest of the house is alright, but I think because I'm sitting down all day just like talking, I get cold really quickly. My menopausal symptoms don't include hot flushes, which I think I'm grateful for, but like in the winter it would save on the bills, wouldn't it? Not so much today because Miles has worked from home today as well. But like if we were on days that he has to be in his office and I'm here. So there we go. We have that. Then we might put some. Might put some gold round, I don't know. Miles is cooking me a roast dinner. What we normally have on a Friday is steak. It's his inner South African that you have to have steak once a week. But to ventilate our house, because it's a decrepit old house that doesn't have like a posh kitchen with a vent and stuff, you have to sort of open all the windows if you cook steak, basically. And it's about -5 degrees Celsius outside, and I don't really want all the windows opening. Neither does he, so we decided. Oh, that blends in. Is that blending too much? No, actually, it might be nice to blend it in. What do we think? I don't know where this is going to go. It's just going to go in the journal somewhere. I quite like it. I'm going to stick it on. I might go around the outside with a bit of paint. Well, we've got that paint out. It'll have to dry, but I think you're getting the idea. And I think, because I'm just sort of flitted from project to project in it, I'm letting things dry. I don't know how you craft. Some people like sit down and do one thing at a time, and sometimes I do that, and then other times my brain just doesn't want me to do that. So I'm not going to. I'm going to do this. Oh, it's become very gold. The scissors. So this dictionary again, I think was got from a bush shelter. Yeah, it was from one of the bush shelter libraries, and it was just B. Like, kind of, you know, you buy a series of dictionaries. It was just literally B. It's quite a thick one. It's white paper, and I thought, oh, I don't really use white paper, but I just thought, I can't. Nobody's going to want that. I can't really walk away from it, and it's nice thin paper. Put that on there. Let's see, this one has finished. Just done its drying. Is there anything else we need to? I might use the pen because the pen will dry quicker. Just to add any more bits of gold on. Yeah, so I've had an alright day. We're all in. The Christmas decorations are mainly down, but my daughter would like for some of them to stay up for her birthday, which is this week. So I'm going to do some sort of halfway house tomorrow, because we've got the tree up. The tree's up, but all the decorations are off it. There's just lights. And then I might do something else with it as well, just for January. And then we'll take it all down. Well, we'll probably take some of it down. The tree will come down after her birthday, because then it's Miles's birthday the week after. Yeah. But I'm going to go and brave outside. It might not be tomorrow, but certainly before her birthday. Brave outside and get a lot of greenery in. And I've got some like white faux flowers, so do a sort of white and green big flower arrangement with lights and stuff and loads of candles, and get the hygge going. Well, we just call it coziness and wintering really in the UK. We don't really do the Scandinavian thing. Right. So we have that, and that can be drying, and we need to be cutting these up. This was a wonderful book that was like all 1970s little bits that you can just chop out. When I was like, oh, that's so exciting, I can make something from that. Again, I don't think anybody would get it to reference it. I mean, you've got YouTube videos and the like. There we go. So do any of you find books in the wild? Because all kinds of places. I haven't been to the local library yet. I think the next time I have some annual leave, I don't know if it's open on a Saturday. I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like, I grew up in basically a city. It's a big town. It's called a metropolitan borough in the UK, so it's basically like the next step would be for it to be a city. And yeah, I kind of, everything was open all the time, even like in the 90s. I think in the 80s things still closed early on a Wednesday and things like that, and we're closed on a Sunday, but not so much Okay, so I like that, and then I like having these in here with her sticking out like that. Now, do I cut her down so that she's just a picture frame? I think I do. Then we might gild her. Got that pen? No, that's a Posca pen. So I was thinking about trying to go out at the weekend, but the weather, it's going to be a freezing fog all day tomorrow. So I don't know, Saturday, Sunday we might try. It's just I really wouldn't want to be traipsing around outside in that. Or driving in the middle of nowhere with it. Do we want a little bit? Just a little bit. This is definitely my outlining bit.
There's going to be a slight delay in supper. Why? I appear to have cooked you a frisbee instead of a pizza.
There you go, that smells his cooking. I do apologise, all the doors are open. Oh, bless you, Miles. Do you know you're on video? Look at that, I like it. Are we gonna gild it even more? I think we are, you know. I think I'm gonna go around the outside with that pen. Oh, the outline. It's my journal, I can do what I want with it. I'll probably look at it tomorrow and go, what did I do there? I can't even say it's drunk journaling. Drunk journaling. I'm too old for that. That would be funny though. I did go to a plonk and paint thing in the summer at the local pub. Yeah, that was interesting. Though I don't indulge in that way anymore because it just makes me feel age really. But there were other people, and it was quite amusing how their painting was developing as they were getting more and more into the free Prosecco. Yeah, I like that. Just be a bit loose with it. There we go. It really does feel like playtime. I like it. So we've got some layers of different colours. Put that towards the back, and then just her eyes peeking out. Like it. So that's sort of at the beginning of the book. And what I like about this journal is there's sort of, you can see the layers. It's going to get exciting as we sort of develop those layers. Okay. Right, we've got that other pocket. And then I'm literally going to fold this up and stick the little thingy on, and I'll decide where to put it. I don't know where I'm going to put this actually. I need that glass again. Let's train it up. Once it's stuck down in the book, it'll be alright. I will probably make some buttons or something and put the buttons in, and I will show you in the next video. Okay. There we go. We'll cover up the word bloodier, because that's not a very nice word. Just have to be a bit aware of that when we're using dictionaries or even novels. Nope, not quite managed that. There we go. Right, so that does have some depth to it in a journal that I didn't want to make really deep. It'll all work out, I promise. She said, famous last words. Let's gather all our bits and pieces. So we've got a tuck spot here that's got bits and pieces I will stick in, like the little thing for the thumbnail. Then we have our journal that we can put back in. I mean, I could put that there, but I don't think I will. I'm going to put something else there. Let's see. Do we want that to be a bit further back? So I will. I just covered that with some PVA and some of the same stuff. Create a bit of interest. Oh, like that there. Right, I'm going to just put that there as a placeholder, and then we'll put that in at another time. There we go. Junk Journal July. We did how many did we do? We did outline, depth, embossed, and tuck spot. We did 4 today. I've got some lovely antique fabric and some vintage trim. That one's going to be nice. I'll do those together. Yeah, there's some really nice prompts in this. Really liking it. Okay. I will see you another time. We'll have a slow stitch. I'm going to do some stamping on fabric for the slow stitch, so it's sort of really that crossover from junk journaling and slow stitching. I hope you'll join me for that. That'll be on Sunday. Tomorrow I'm going to launch the giveaway, because the last time I checked, just before I switched the camera on, I was at 530 and I wanted to do a 500 subscriber giveaway. I'll give you a little peek. The rules will go up. I've got this box and there's already bits and pieces in. So there's a journal that's blank for you to decorate, a petal journal. This is what we made in Slow Stitch Sunday last week. It's a wristlet pincushion. We've got a beautiful needle book, some little badges, and there will be much, much more. Tomorrow's job is, as I tidy up, fill this box and then film it and photograph it, and we will launch the giveaway. I'm quite excited about it. So yeah, there we go. Lovely to spend time with you. Bit of Friday afternoon, Friday evening crafting. I'm thinking, I was looking at my analytics, and I might do a live. Yeah. If you want to do that, give me a comment. I'd love to know. Introduce yourself if you're one of the 530 and you got this far. Thank you very much. Do all those YouTubey things. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you soon. Bye bye.